When you walk into a supermarket and take a look at the products on the shelves,
It's cheap.
every item, every food has a story.
What is this?
The skins of animals or whatever.
Oh, just skin of animal.
A long journey that took it from conception and raw ingredients to the final, beautifully packaged item right before you.
I was told they've created a dish for the first time and it's going to be revealed right now today.
1,
2, 3.
In this exclusive series, we're digging deep into food factories that are mass-producing the affordable and convenient products we all take for granted.
Have you ever had a person fall in and get ground into sausage? I love the look of you don't want to translate it.
Today's mission, one of the most legendary items on supermarket shelves, instant noodles. I'm heading to a giant instant noodle factory, a place where they're producing over 1 billion packages of noodles each year.
We work 24 hours per day.
So how do they do it? Let's find out.
Street food for breakfast.
Our breakfast today goes back 3 generations. The dish's base is built upon humble instant noodles. But this foundation created the bedrock for a 30-year street food icon.
Lẹ tay giùm đi mấy bạn ơi. Miệng nói mấy bạn không giật phong cảnh gì hết trơn à.
So, we've come to a street food spot. The woman manning the station, she has a reputation for being, some people say mean.
Lẹ sang đi.
Yeah, I don't think she's mean. She's very strict and straightforward.
Trời đất ơi.
She doesn't yell at any customers, but yell at her team because she wants everything to be very fast.
Oh, the command center.
Yeah,
Yes.
the command center.
Right now is a moment of calm. She's not said anything for at least 10 seconds.
The noodles are served dry to prevent oversaturation. The soup is prepared separately, containing herbs, an egg, and 4 different types of meat. The rest is up to you.
You know that instant noodle is very malnutritious, except for the taste. It's very addictive. This way of eating really adds more nutrition into it.
Let's try it out.
Very tasty. I saw that she didn't measure all the seasoning she added into, but
No,
yeah.
not at all. Nice texture, not overcooked, just full of seasoning, full of flavor. So then you try some noodle, you jump over to here, and then you try some beef. This makes me so happy. Well, I know you're a big fan of fresh food, and vegetables especially. But here, these noodles are processed. How does that make you feel?
I really enjoy instant noodles.
You do?
Yes. It is like the food from my childhood, and also it tastes very good.
Yeah, it's very satisfying, it's very addictive. But what if I told you, almost everything here is processed? I mean, if you look at the meatball, shrimp paste, these noodles, and actually any type of noodle is technically processed. So that word processed has a very negative association. But what's fascinated me always is how they can take something like noodles and mass produce it. In one factory, make thousands or millions of packages in a day. You're doing a good job listening.
Vietnam is one of the top 5 consumers of instant noodles in the world. In a country of over 90 million, the average person slurps down 53 packages of noodles per year. So how does a country like Vietnam truly show their noodle devotion even more than countries like Korea? Let's find out.
Here we've come to the mecca of all things packaged and processed. This is an Asian grocery store. And for me, Asian grocery stores blow out of the water the boring markets where I come from. Worms. You can just buy worms. I don't think you could do that in my hometown, and I think that sucks. You ever buy the worms?
Yes.
As a joke?
No, we really eat it.
Here, look at these little balls. It says sausage hot la.
Hello.
What's that mean?
Means balls. Ball shape.
This is a...
Dry snake skin gourami.
Oh, a snakeskin gourami. It looks a bit flat, like this fish needs mouth to mouth. What is this?
Jellyfish. This is usually used for salad.
A salad. You like this one?
Yeah, I like it.
Does the jellyfish taste like anything? Don't say it tastes like jellyfish.
Tastes like jelly.
What's happening?
Oh, like chicken.
Oh man. And you know, the best section by far in an Asian supermarket is right here.
The noodles.
There's so many noodles.
In this country, a new instant product is launched every 2 days. Prices range from about 10 cents to around $1 and come from manufacturers around the country and around the world, even with some pretty fancy packaging.
What are some of your favorite noodles in here that you see? Are there noodles from your childhood or from your college days?
This flavor.
This one?
stir-fried pork.
The video we're doing today, it's actually through the company called VIFON. They make noodles.
Okay, here.
Oh, it's great. What noodle here do you like?
Yeah, this one. This one is from my childhood.
Did you really eat this when you were younger?
Yes.
Oh, you did? So you're not making up a childhood memory just to satisfy the people at VIFON?
This is my family's favorite.
VIFON, a legitimate childhood memory. So when I look at a Korean noodle, it's monstrous. And then I look at a Vietnamese noodle, and it's very cute and petite.
I think because the portion of Vietnamese meal is very small, and another one is they make it small so it's affordable for everyone.
Let's compare the price. Oh, wow. So this is 3,600 dong, 16, 17 cents. For the Korean one, it's $1. So it seems like this is bigger, but in reality, if you pay the same amount of money, you're getting this many noodles versus this many noodles. Why does your dad like this one so much?
This is one of the first flavor noodles.
What flavor do they have before that? Just sadness?
The two shrimp.
Oh, the two shrimp.
This is the first ever Vietnamese instant noodle. It came out just 7 years after the invention of instant noodles in Japan in 1958. In fact, mi tom, or shrimp noodles, is now a word used to refer to any type of instant noodle. And we're about to learn where these iconic curly-shaped noodles got their ways.
Oh, we are here with Ling, Deputy Director here at VIFON. Sir,
Nice
pleasure.
to meet you.
Also, you're known as the boss of noodles. Is that right?
This is just one of VIFON's warehouses, responsible for distribution to the north side of Vietnam. Oh, and 100 other countries around the world.
How many packages of noodles do you think you make in a year?
In the billions.
Billions.
What you see here is the result of over 50 years of history and non-stop innovation in the field of instant noodle production. Here, they've taken Vietnam's favorite street food flavors like bún bò Huế, hủ tiếu, and beef pho and cleverly transformed them into affordable instant versions. But let's not forget that one special product that started it all: Two Shrimps Instant Noodles.
Here we are.
Here we are.
We're all bundled up. We're safe. What do I do if I have to pee? So this is a factory where you're making noodles. But what noodles in particular are you making?
Mi hai tom noodles. It's a classic Vietnamese taste.
The base for these noodles is wheat flour that's mixed with water to create the dough. The dough starts rough and coarse, but begins to smooth as it passes through several compound dough sheeters, kneading the dough until it has a consistent texture and the perfect thickness for this type of noodle. Then it passes through a roll slitter, a cylinder specially designed to cut the exact shape and thickness of the noodle. This rolling blade slits the dough into the noodle's signature curly shape. Now this long, continuous stream of noodles heads to the steamer where the dough gets cooked through. It's still far from the shape we witnessed this morning at breakfast, but there's a lot left to do. Next, these noodles get a hit of flavor as they pass through the seasoning waterfall. Now this long, unruly strand of noodles is finally cut into exact portions. And those portions are placed in molds. Not only are the noodles steamed, but now they'll also be fried. The color changes from this to this, giving the noodles their distinct color. After frying, the noodles are cooled, bringing down the temperature, prepping them for the packaging room.
Do you think you make a kilometer worth of noodles in a day?
Oh, much more.
More than a kilometer. All right, well, we can extrapolate that later.
Yeah.
Now the noodles are topped with sauté and seasoning packets, then wrapped in their final packaging. The same exact style packaging that was used 50 years ago.
I'm not the kind to abide to my stereotype. You'd be surprised if you took a look inside. I simply walk by these intimidated eyes.
Well, Jupe, we just toured a whole noodle factory. And it turns out right here is the final resting place of noodles, other than our stomachs.
And action!
I should also say, it is the basic noodle. Nothing glamorous here. I think I found one piece of one scallion. It's a nice scallion. I think we should, we don't want it to get oversaturated. That's the problem.
Yeah, it will soak in a lot of water and like not tasty anymore. It's like nostalgia.
The noodles themselves taste kind of weedy. It's a bit savory, a bit MSGE, but not a strong flavor. I should state that these are 3,000, super affordable. And then I think it's kind of up to you to add more, like the lady we went to this morning.
Yes.
It's like putting a cherry on a sundae or putting a bandana on an already good-looking guy.
With no eyebrows.
So this is how they started, but this company has expanded greatly since they began, even pioneering and innovating modern food technology, like these more premium instant vermicelli noodles. Prepared like any other instant noodle, except it also comes with a meat pack, and the cost 5 times the price of our 2 shrimp friends, but still under $1. This one is based off of the popular Bún Bò Huế. So I'm noticing a theme here. They've tried to take a lot of the flavors of popular street food noodles and then condense it into a package like this. And even here, this noodle is completely different than the last one. This is more of like a rice noodle.
Rice noodle.
And then they have real pieces of meat, apparently.
It's beef. It's quite chewy. It still keep the texture of the beef.
Pretty good texture. It's almost like a rehydrated beef jerky. I'm gonna mix some bun, some broth, some meat, all of it all together.
The texture of the noodle is chewier than the fresh noodles.
Right, they have a noodle here that you have to kind of rehydrate. So it's not like a fresh vermicelli, but it's pretty close. But the flavor overall I think is quite good. You know what's interesting though? Probably for twice the price, you could probably get a real bowl of Bún Bò Huế on the street.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's like quite a challenge that they're up against. But aside from Bún Bò Huế, they have HUYN, and the next one we're gonna try, pho.
Vietnam is a country obsessed with innovating new and creative ways to use rice. Rice noodles, thick rice sheets, rice paper, even rice straws. VIFON has been part of this innovation, developing rice-based instant products. They're healthier, super versatile, and especially delicious when paired with a meat pack.
The meat pouch is produced with the same technology that produced food for astronauts.
I like that, space technology.
What you see here is the iconic Vietnamese pho, mass-produced at an unimaginable scale, and we are part of the fortunate few who have been granted access to see the process in person. Well, us and all of you watching. First, the rice is cleaned and soaked in water until it becomes soft. This bucket elevator also helps remove unqualified grains. The survivors all fall into a grinding machine that we're not allowed to show you, but between you and me, the grinding machine is used for grinding, turning the rice into a silky water rice liquid that looks like milk. That rice liquid is pumped into a trough where a roller picks up a thin layer and spreads it evenly over a white mat conveyor belt where it disappears into a steamer. We can't show you the steamer, but between you and me, the steamer steams the rice sheets.
I noticed the shooting here is a bit restrictive. Why is that?
We are the first company in Vietnam to produce this, and we came up with the technology. I'm really sorry that we couldn't show you more.
This is known as man pho, or a rice noodle sheet. From here, the rice sheet is cut, dried, portioned, and set en route to the packaging area. Here, the noodles are met with seasoning packs that descend from the heavens, then plop perfectly on top. Awaiting their final wrapper. Seasoning packs, wrappers, cutting. It all happens with precise and meticulous timing, so each package looks exactly the same.
I put my foot to the pedal to the floor.
Each package goes through a metal detector to ensure there are no unwanted foreign materials inside.
I'm ready to go to war.
Each noodle is weighed, and at last they're boxed and ready to hit the road. Two of the most popular flavors, chicken pho, and the one I can't wait to try for the first time, beef pho.
Foot on the pedal, man, I'm losing my composure. Rave to the AM, to the 5 shows. Hold up.
Vietnam is really renowned, especially for its pho. And the staple of any good pho, most people would say, is in the
Broth.
Exactly. And the broth, it's not known for being something instant. Good pho shops are waking up at like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., throwing pork bones and some water.
Like 12 hours.
It takes time and the right blend of ingredients to create a really complex flavor. Here, they're attempting to do the same thing in 30 seconds. Let's taste the broth. I taste the cloves, I taste the star anise, I taste the pepper.
Maybe because pho is my favorite food, so I expect more than that.
Oh, I'm not saying it's exactly like the street, but the traces of the staples of pho are still there.
Yeah, I think they've done a pretty good job.
Pretty good.
Yes.
Let's try out these noodles.
I'm impressed with the texture of the noodles.
Right? I am too, actually. I think the noodles, they're not overly soft, but they're not like the last one where it was overly hard. It's a pretty good balance.
This is like half the price of the real pho noodles.
Right. And again, that's a challenge. But if you're in a pinch, if you're in a quarantine, or if you're just hungry in your dorm room, it's a very good alternative. If you were to add a step to suggest a way to make it a little better.
A separate package of fresh herbs, dry fresh herbs.
Oh, right, that is the element that's missing. Because usually you would have fresh basil, mint, coriander.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe they'll take that feedback and we'll see that soon.
Factory food is food trying to find a balance between quality and affordability. Made possible by those who think outside the box. Pushed forward by engineers designing and building one-of-a-kind mammoth machines that have never existed before. So next time you crack open a pack of ramen, just take a moment to appreciate the long journey those noodles made from conception to your mouth hole. From researching and shooting to editing and mastering, our 10-person best ever food review show team works hard to roll out the highest quality travel food entertainment twice a week. If you like what we do here, please consider supporting our Patreon. Patreon allows fans of the show to contribute a monthly sum and receive a load of extras like early video releases, private Q&As, and beyond.
To learn more about our Patreon, check out the link in the description box down below. And if you can't give or don't even feel like it, that's okay too. We're just happy you're here. Guys, that is it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time. Peace. All right.